Hi guys, my name is Wanjiko Wanje here and welcome to my YouTube channel. So yeah, I've seen many people do many sorts of intros, but I haven't figured out what I want to do for my intro, so bear with me for now. Our video today is about culture shock of me as a Kenyan living in China. I've been in China now for almost a year, but I was also in China in 2019, summer of 2019 till COVID. So this is my second time in China. After COVID, I went back home, and when things opened up again, I came back. So yeah, I have some experience with China now, I think, to do a comprehensive culture shock video. So where to start? It's raining so much today. It's raining so much. I'm stuck in the house. But in case you hear sound, bear with me. It's raining. It's raining cats and dogs out there. So I've compiled a small list just in case I forget something. So I'll be referring to it. Bear with me. Bear with me today. Number one is the size of China. Let me tell you, China is so big. And there's some construction out there, guy. I just hope I'll be audible. So number one, the size of China. Do you know how big China is? You see it in maps, yes, but China is so big. You can I've been around China because I'm a dancer and we work contractually a lot. You can have a contract for 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, even 3 months, even 2 weeks. So we move around a lot. And let me tell you, traveling within China is literally, you feel like you're traveling the whole world. You can be on a plane for 3 hours and you're just within China. What? And before that, you are on a car ride for 4 hours. Where? China is really, really big. And coming from Kenya, Kenya is a relatively small country, and I feel like if you're traveling within Kenya, within a day you can reach where you are going, even by road. If you're going from Nairobi to Mombasa, you can reach there. To Kisumu, you can get there, unless maybe you're going from Mombasa to Kisumu. But within a day or two, even by road, you'll get there. By plane, sidhani hata 2 hours utafikisha. Number two is safety. China is very safe. Coming from Kenya, we are not really known for being the most safe country, and even when as a Kenyan, I know that. But China is so safe. China, you can go around anywhere you want, at any time of the day and any time of the night, and nobody will ask you. So yeah, I really like that about China. Or maybe sometimes I think it's because of the surveillance also. China's surveillance, don't joke. My friend, China's surveillance is crazy because they'll know where you are. The police, they don't find you. They don't take 10 hours to find you. They'll know where you are. I remember I lost my phone. I lost this phone in a taxi once. And within 24 hours, I had it back. And we just went to the police station. They were like, which taxi? I was like, I just took a Didi. A Didi is like an Uber. And they were like, where did it pick you up and where did it drop you? And I was like, I went from this place and they dropped me here. Surveillance, 3 seconds, we had the plate. The following day I had my phone. Kenya, and I've lost my phone a couple of times in Kenya, and let me tell you, I've never gotten back any phone that I have lost in Kenya. Ever, ever, ever. I think I can count like 10 or more phones. I've lost phones in Kenya and I have never recovered them. I've lost them in taxis. I've lost them in buses. I've lost them in events. And I have reported to the police. And I've never recovered any of them. Charlie. Third one, since we were on the government thing, the police thing, it's the government. Generally, when I say government, I mean the system. Like in China, for me, everything works. Everything works. And by that, I mean the hospitals. Like when you go to these hospitals, you feel like, and these are just basic government hospitals, you'll feel like you're in Aga Khan or in Nairobi Hospital. So well maintained. All the equipment, all the doctors. And it's not expensive to get checkups. And as foreigners, we are required to have physical checkups every time we are going to renew our visas. So, believe me, I go to the hospital a lot. And for the random times that I'm sick, the hospitals, the banking system. And let me tell you, in case you're unaware of Chinese history, China was among the poorest countries in the world till around like 1978, when they changed the president, when their former president died, and the new president really just brought new reforms that changed the whole system. Kamsa. So I think China is just an example of the fact that reforms are possible. If our leaders really are willing, reforms are possible and they can transform African countries, just the way they transformed China. And also when I talk about the government works, like, there's this night market. I think I've uploaded a video of it on, I shot that video, the night market thing. I'm not sure if I have uploaded it yet by the time I post this vlog. Just to give you an idea, the EU night market is just around 6 p.m. These guys literally just section a street on the road. From, let's say, Tomboya inakuanga busy. Tomboya is busy kidogo saa zingine. They just section a street and all the vendors are stationed there. All the vendors. So this street, no car passes from around 5:30 p.m. till like the night market just is open almost. I've never been, the latest I've been there, I think it's around 1 a.m. in the morning, and it's still very, very open and very, very busy. So they just section a street and all the vendors who sell anything you can think of are stationed there. And they include like food. I'll attach some video clips in this video also of the same. When I saw this, I was like, as us Kenyans, this is not something we can adopt, because there's always this story of the kanjo and harassing the hawkers on the streets. Like, isn't this, tell me in the comments below, do you think this is something that we can adapt as Kenyans? Just section a street, just one street, and just put our hawkers there to sell there, and everybody knows that they're there, whether it's like ours, it was smoky, mayai, boiro, small chairs, and all the people who sell the clothes, the shoes, they're just given a stall on that street. Is that something adaptable? Honestly, I feel, yeah, we should be taking notes from some of these people. And that's what I mean when I say things work. The government works for the people here. So number 4, delivery system. Ooh. Let me tell you, when I tell you in China everything works. Do you know delivery? Nakwambia Kenya tuko na kionjo ya delivery. China, you can order, oh my god, you can order even, the smallest thing, and it will get to you, and you don't have to talk to anyone. And I'm afraid of that because sometimes you can buy so many things. Like, you can just be on your phone and you'll find yourself buying anything and everything, and you'll be like, oh, yeah. And also, the thing with China, like the online apps for shopping, you can find anything from groceries to food, clothes, shoes, bags, anything. Anything you want in China, you will find it online. And also, you will find that a lot of things, when you go buy them in the supermarket, they are more expensive in the supermarket than online. So a lot of times I find myself just buying, like doing my shopping online. And the best thing about that is they will deliver it at your door, just outside your door. You just open your door, it's there. And when I talked about security before, that package, no one can take it. Even if you travel for a month, a year, you'll find it there. Maybe if it takes too much time, they might take it back. But we've been away from like our apartment for like 2 weeks. You ordered a package, it didn't arrive in time, you left, you will find it outside the door. Nobody will take it. Emphasizing on the safety, like on how safe China is. Yo. But yeah, I like it so much, but I have learned to check myself because I end up overspending, and I have a lot of times. So it's that thing where you tell yourself, close your eyes, only buy it when you need it. Which number are we? I feel like I've lost count. I haven't numbered my points. Apologies. Number 5 is social media. Social media in China. China has blocked all social media that is not Chinese owned. If you have Instagram, if you have TikTok, no, wait, I'm coming to TikTok. If you have Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Google, anything that is not Chinese owned is blocked in China, and it only works if you have a VPN. If you do not have a VPN, it will not work. Something to keep in mind if you're thinking of coming to China for whatever reason. Always have a VPN on your phone before you come, because nothing will work. Nothing. Hey, only their social media works. Their WeChat works, their Alipay works. Alipay is the Alibaba version of Chinese. And you see, for the apps that they have, that they are international apps, they have their own version and the international version. Yeah. And now coming to TikTok, because there has been so much debate about TikTok. Imagine TikTok is banned in China. Like, TikTok, even with a VPN, it won't work. If you're using your Chinese SIM card on your phone, it will not work. It blocks TikTok automatically. The only TikTok version that works is the Douyin app. That's the Chinese version. But the international version, either you have VPN or you don't, it will not work. And I don't know. And that's where all the propaganda starts, when you're thinking, why is TikTok not working in China? That, like, and it's Chinese owned. That's like, I haven't understood it, but you know the things governments do. Sisi farasi, ni nyasi, sisi nyasi. You can't understand. But yeah, that's why to some extent I can understand the American debate about TikTok, because if TikTok itself as the app, the international app, is banned in China, you cannot use TikTok in China unless you're not using a Chinese SIM card. So what I do when I'm using my TikTok is I switch to my Kenyan SIM card and I turn on the VPN. That's the only way I can use TikTok. Otherwise, if you don't have another SIM card that is not Chinese and you don't have a VPN, forget about TikTok. band. Yeah. Number 4, weather. No, wait. Number, whichever number we are, weather. As a Kenyan, I think Kenyans, we think our weather is very basic. But do you know that our weather is among the rarest kind of, like, weather any other part of the, like, it's so rare to have a warm and cool climate like ours. Because in Kenya, it's neither too hot and neither too cold. Like, the only weather we know is rain or sun. The only seasons we know is rainy season and, like, sunny. Can we say sunny season? That's it. We've never had extreme temperatures. And you think Mombasa is hot. Let me tell you, you've never been to a summer. Mombasa is not hot. Mombasa is a breeze. Hey? Summer temperatures here can go up to like 39 degrees. What are we doing with 39 degrees? What are we? Hey, I beg. Winter temperatures. Freezing. I had to buy a heat pad for my bed because even if you sleep with 10 blankets, you're still cold. Whoa. Like, I know we talk when we see, we see movies, we see a lot of things online. We study geography, but experiencing it is a whole other thing. And also, like, the differences in days and nights. In Kenya, like, there isn't much of a difference. If you're observant enough, you'll realize now the days are a bit longer, like the sun comes up just a bit earlier, and maybe that difference may be like 10 minutes, 15 at most, maybe 30 if you're observant. But if you're not keen, like, the days just go by. It's like you always know the sun rises at around 6:30 and sets at around 6:30, and, like, that's it forever and ever and ever, amen. But when you come and experience summer, like, the days are super, super long. I remember in Norway it was like at 9 p.m. and the sun hasn't set, and I was there asking, what kind of witchcraft is this? Yeah, like, in summer the days are so long, and in winter nighttime can start as early as 4 p.m. So just experiencing that, you study it in books, like in school, but experiencing it is just a whole other thing. Because, we are Kenyans and we don't have anything extreme. We just know basic thing. It's never too hot, it's never too cold. The sun rises and sets around the same time throughout the year for all the years we've been there. So it's amazing just experiencing it. And I know from somebody who has lived, like, on the, like, up the tropics or down below, they're like, what? But yeah, like, Kenyans, our weather is like the best in the world. We have the best weather, honestly. Number whatever we are, opportunities. As a dancer who has been trained in Kenya and worked in Kenya, there aren't a lot of opportunities for art per se in Kenya. And this, I won't say correct me if I'm wrong because I'm correct. I've lived in Kenya and people just don't value art at home. The way Chinese look at you when you tell them you're an artist of any kind, whether you sing, whether you paint, whether you dance, whether you draw, they are awed, they are marveled. They respect art so much, and I wish we had that for ourselves. Because in Kenya, when you tell somebody you're a dancer, they are like, and what else do you do? Because they don't understand how you can make money off dancing. And even if you tell, not even Kenyans, generally a lot of Africans actually, even when you tell people you are a dancer, they think, don't know, they think maybe you just go to the club, unajibamba. Like, guys, there's so much to dance. Dance is a whole discipline by itself. But anyway, there are a lot of opportunities in China for that, because Chinese people love art, and they're artists by their own right, and they appreciate it, and they have so many entertainment spots, they have so many parks, they have so many theaters, so they're always looking for artists. So I love it here. Compared to home, hey! Msee mtu anakuita anakuambia nakulipa 2,000, unashangaa sasa hii ni fair, hii ni costume, nini nywele, nini makeup, hii 2K ni ya nini, man? Ni ya nini? Sometimes it costs more to go for a job than to just not have one. Next point, racism. Chinese, they are racist. But that is something you have to deal with, I think, as a foreigner in any country. The moment you are different, even in Kenya, I see how people treat people who are not Kenyans. So that's basic, honestly. But when I think about it, a lot of Chinese people, a lot of China is very remote. It's very remote, and they have never seen white people. They have never seen black people before. So at times they react to you as very alien. You'll see even kids don't want to touch you, and people just want to touch you randomly, like touch your hair, touch your skin. It's like how you treat a cat in the alleyway, you know. A lot of people are offended by that. My friends don't like it, but sometimes I feel like it's just coming from a point of ignorance and just no exposure. So for me, it doesn't bother me a lot. The point that bothers me when it comes to racism in China, I know I talked about opportunities, but they are very also racist when it comes to giving you jobs. If they have this idea of what black people should be doing, and a lot of the times they want you to work in the zoo and to do all these traditional African things. I'm not against that, it's okay. But the moment you want to maybe apply work for a theater and do some more modern dance, they'll flat out tell you, we only want white people. Because I feel like sometimes there's this notion that they are trying to reinforce that we are still very primitive and we belong with animals sometimes, or we are still like living in the jungle. I know the idea of Africa is we are very, what's the word? Yeah, there's this idea of Africans that we are wild, and they kind of want to reinforce that. So we are always stuck in these jobs where we are dressed in skins, like cheetah skins, you know, those prints, dancing, beating drums. Yeah. No complaining, but we can do so much more. Don't just box us. Don't box us there. That's my point. Woo! We are almost winding up. Number. I lost count. Poleni yaki. The food. Oh, food. Hey, let me tell you. I know the Chinese cuisine is famous worldwide, but there's one thing about me. I have the most basic taste buds you'll ever find. I don't like when something tastes the way my mouth is not used to it tasting. And you know, Kenya, we don't spice up a lot of our foods. Our spices are fairly basic, and they include tastes that this boob top keeps bothering me. Hey. Anyway, let me tell you, for the life of me, I cannot stand Chinese food. I can't. Aki, I cannot. I want to find what people find so amazing, but I cannot. Like, why does this beef look black? Kwani meiweka nini? What is there? Aki, guy. Why does this chicken look like it was soaked in gallons of soy sauce? No. No, touch and go. Don't drown me. Don't drown the meat. I can't stand Chinese food, and I have suffered a lot for the same, because there are cities that you will go to that there are no options, only Chinese food. Only Chinese food. So a lot of times I used to literally just, at least they always have the basic rice. Like sometimes you just go to the canteen and just get rice and boiled eggs. Imagine, what is that? And they have, like, I swear to God, the Chinese have the biggest range of food. They have so much range, it's unfathomable, yani. But I can't eat any of it because I can't stand the taste. Actually, hata tusianza kwa taste, I cannot stand the smell. And if I cannot stand the smell, there's no way I'm going to taste it. No way. Last but not least, I'll talk about the drug issue. Drugs, and by drugs I'm just saying alcohol. Alcohol and cigarettes. Let me tell you, Chinese people are interesting, because let's first deal with cigarettes. How this was actually one of the biggest shocks for me when I came to China. One of the biggest shocks for me was how much Chinese people smoke. It's very hard to find a Chinese person that does not smoke. So hard. And I'm talking about women, men, teenagers. I've seen teenagers smoking, and it's not like they're hiding. They are with their parents. I've seen a woman breastfeeding and smoking. And you know, in Kenya, I think I know like 5 people who smoke. Like, and I know a lot of people. And in Kenya, they're always designated areas for smoking. Here, everyone smokes everywhere. You will literally find a sign of no smoking. What is that noise? You'll find a sign of no smoking, and somebody's smoking in the elevators. I remember the first time I landed in the first job that I got in China in 2019. The airport smelled of cigarettes. You know how weird that is? Like, even on the domestic flight, if you're on a Chinese domestic flight, they literally announce no smoking in the bathroom. And they say if you're caught smoking in the bathroom, you'll be fined. I'm like, how much do people smoke for that to be an announcement in the plane? You know how crazy that is? You have to be threatened to not smoke. Yo! And they'll offer you. Everybody will offer you cigarettes. Anyone and everyone will offer you cigarettes. Oh my God. And sometimes it's a discourtesy to refuse. They assume you're smoking. Even in the car, in the taxi, they'll be giving you cigarettes in the car, in the taxi. What the? Chinese people, why do you smoke so much? You. Number 2, alcohol. A very noisy day today. There's so much noise. Another point is alcohol. Yeah! Alcohol is so cheap in China. And the Chinese people drink. But in Kenya, everything, especially alcohol, I think it's because of the taxes. But here, I can get a can of beer for 3 yuan. 3 yuan is like 90 shillings in Kenya. I can get a can of beer for 90 shillings. And when you go online, let me tell you, you can buy any sort of liquor, 750 ml, and like vodka, tequila, anything, and it's so cheap. But alcohol and cigarettes everywhere. Everyone smokes, almost everyone drinks, but those are the only drugs you'll be finding. Those are the only drugs. Watu wa weed, sijui nini, there's nothing else. Like, the government allows you to indulge in alcohol and cigarettes. The end. I've seen people like, I haven't smoked weed in like the whole year. I miss weed so much. Like, yeah, because finding weed in China, is like looking for gold in Kenya. You won't find it. You will not. And if you're caught with it, for sure, you might even be deported. So they are very strict about drugs, but they are very lenient. They are very lenient with alcohol and cigarettes. Yeah. So that comes to the end of my vlog. I've come to realize that I actually don't like vlogs that I talk a lot, because I have a lot of thoughts and I talk too much. Sometimes I talk too much. I'm an introvert person, but sometimes when I'm rambling, I can ramble on and 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 not realize. I didn't expect the video to be this long. Apologies for that. But I wanted to provide context for everything that I was saying and explanations. So I apologize. I really didn't want this video to be this long. Oh God. I'm even thinking about the editing and I'm already tired. But I'll try to shorten it as much as possible. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment on the comment section. Thank you for watching this far. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm still looking for more content. I'm still shooting more content. I'm still looking for ideas. Tell me what you want to see on the channel. I honestly don't think videos of me talking are good. They're not good. I talk too much. Oh, Jesus. I talk too much. So I'll try to do more activity-based content. But it's raining so much lately, it's hard to go outside. But yeah. Thank you for watching. My name is Wajikowaje here. Please subscribe to my channel, and yeah, see you next time.